Namaste. I am Dr. Tejasvi. I am a homeopathic physician. I practice in Bangalore and I am also working as associate professor in Bhagavan Buddha Homeopathy Medical College, Bangalore. Today we will see about psoriasis. These days, psoriasis is becoming very prominent. Many people, especially in this modern world, are affected by psoriasis. Let us see what is psoriasis, how it occurs, and what is the treatment. Friends, psoriasis is a disease which mainly affects skin, nails, and joints. Though it appears to be a superficial disease, that is skin disease, many people think it has a skin disease, but no, it has a deeper pathology. It is an autoimmune disease, which means our own body's immune system acts against its own cells. Okay, that is what is the underlying cause of psoriasis. The exact cause why it occurs is not known, but there are certain triggers which can trigger psoriasis. Let us see what happens in psoriasis. See, psoriasis is a skin disease which can also affect joints and nails. The typical appearance of psoriasis is patches of scales which are red and which are raised, and sometimes patients will have itching. The characteristic feature of psoriasis is scales which are silvery scales. Okay, so this is very disfiguring disease because it can spread throughout the body and it can cause lot of cosmetic problems also, and in certain cases we have seen it can also lead to depression and lot of emotional, occupational and social problems. Some people even they don't touch people with psoriasis. But friends, psoriasis is not a communicable or contagious disease. It won't spread. If I touch a psoriatic patient, it will not spread to me. No, it is not a contagious disease. So, psoriasis, you need not to fear. It won't spread. But as I said, it is an autoimmune disease. It also has a genetic background. That is, if in parents somebody suffers with psoriasis, a child can also get. Okay. So what happens in psoriasis? See, you must be knowing our skin cells, they are replaced every 28 to 30 days once. That means a newly formed skin cell, it lives for around 30 days and it falls off. That falling happens when we take bath. No, they are very minute, no, structures. It will not be visible. Okay, so this is a normal skin cycle. Every 28 to 30 days, the old cells they fall off and the new cells they take their place. In psoriasis patients, this cell cycle will be very fast, almost 10 times faster than the normal. That is, instead of the new cells being formed every 28 to 30 days, in a patient of psoriasis, those cells are formed every 2 to 3 days. So because of that, what happens? A heap of skin layers, okay, they start depositing very fast, one after the other. That is the reason for the scales which appear in psoriasis. Okay, as I said, this is an autoimmune disease where a defect in our immune system makes this skin cell faster, almost 10 times. There are certain triggering factors which can aggravate this psoriasis. They are, one is infection. In some cases we will see the throat infection afterwards can lead to psoriasis. Not in all the people with throat infection, specifically some people, okay, the same bacteria which affects the throat, later that can lead to development of psoriasis. But that doesn't mean that bacteria is the cause of psoriasis. As I told you already, exact etiology is not known. Next thing is stress. You all know, nowadays stress has become mother of all the diseases, especially mental stress, emotional stress, what we are undergoing these days in this modern world. So stress can also trigger psoriasis. So people who are under tremendous stress, whether due to occupation or due to COVID or whatever reason it may be, they need to calm down and do something where they can manage their stress levels very well. Next is drugs. You may not be knowing, many of the drugs which are taken for hypertension, that is increased BP, high BP, certain cardiac ailments, and lithium which is taken for depression. Okay, these drugs can also precipitate or trigger psoriasis. Even the simple NSAIDs, what we call as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, simple painkillers which are easily available in our India, okay, even they, if they are taken for a long time, injury, in some cases we see injury can lead to psoriasis. So there is a phenomena known as Koebner's phenomena, where a psoriatic lesion will develop along the line of injury. So if I have a cut here, along that cut psoriasis can develop. So injury can also trigger. Next thing is bad lifestyle, so which we most of us are having now, and food intake, where we take a lot of junk food, alcohol, smoking, okay, these all can trigger psoriasis. Weather, most of the psoriasis occurs in cold weather, where the skin becomes very dry. See, normally in cold weather our skin is dry, but in psoriatic patients the dryness is almost 10-fold high. Okay, that also triggers psoriasis. So this is about the triggers of psoriasis. So people who are prone for psoriasis or who have family history, okay, they need to take care and they need to understand these points. If any of these things are there in their life, they have to manage. Types of psoriasis. There are many types of psoriasis. The commonest variety is plaque psoriasis, where big plaques, big lesions with silvery scales occur. Next thing is guttate psoriasis. Gutta means drop. The meaning of gutta means drop, where the psoriatic lesions occur in small drop like lesions. Then we have pustular psoriasis, which is a severe variety of psoriasis, where we see pustule formation. Pustule is nothing but a pus filled structure, okay, that is pustular psoriasis. It can be very severe. Then we have erythrodermic psoriasis, which is what you can say psoriasis everywhere in the body, okay. So it is an emergency condition, okay. So that is where the whole body is affected with psoriasis and it is glistening red with lot of irritation and itching. Some people, they come with scalp psoriasis. Here lot of confusion is there. Many people confuse psoriasis as normal dandruff and they keep on applying lot of shampoos, they keep changing shampoos, they keep changing medicines, that this and all, still that problem won't go, okay. So that is also a very common variety, that is scalp psoriasis, which has to be differentiate it from normal dandruff. Some people also have nail psoriasis where the nails become deformed and there will be small pits in the nails. Okay, and other variety is psoriatic arthritis. Okay, so where psoriasis affects the joints. So unlike normal arthritis, these people also come up with joint pains, but the characteristic feature is the joints which are affected are finger joints. Finger joints are more affected in psoriatic arthritis. So these are things you need to consult a doctor, then only he will be able to tell you which kind of psoriasis you have. Then how to manage this psoriasis? See, people already who have got psoriasis, okay, see, always only the medicine is not the solution. Okay, medicines of course they will help, but general management is also very important aspect. So one is lubrication. See, as I told you, the dry skin is very prominent in psoriasis. So the patient of psoriasis has to lubricate his skin using certain moisturizers, olive oil, all such things, especially in winters, because in winters psoriasis becomes more. Okay, so that has to be taken care. Removal of the scales. See, as I told you, psoriasis will have a lot of scales. See, sometimes we see a patient comes and sits in our cabin on the chair, and you see a lot of scales, small powdery things fallen on the chair, on the table. Okay, so these scales have to be removed gently, especially when the patient takes bath. Okay, so that is important. Next thing is management of the itching. See, psoriasis sometimes can have present with lot of itching, so that has to be managed, because more he itches, again it leads to more problem. Okay, and it also causes lot of mental distress. Okay, so that is important. Complications. See, psoriasis can also lead to complications like nail problems, arthritis. So if a psoriatic patient is getting these symptoms, you should understand that he is going towards complications, and he should explain this to his physician and take necessary measures or medications. Season and climate. As I told you, cold seasons, winters are very problematic for psoriatic patients. They suffer a lot. Some psoriatic patients in summer they are absolutely fine. In winter, once it starts, they will suffer. So that has to be taken care. As I told you, they have to use certain moisturizers or something which keeps their skin moist, and a lot of fluid intake, water intake also is necessary. Lessening the stress of the patient. See, as I told you, psoriasis will increase or it can be triggered by mental stress. So that has to be taken care. See, stress cannot be avoided altogether, right? It has to be managed well. So for that we have certain techniques. See, yoga, meditation. So all these things should be done. Okay, so that the person's stress comes down to a significant level. Food. See, many people don't consider aspect of food. See, there are certain foods which can worsen psoriasis, like red meat, like mutton, beef, pork. They all can cause psoriasis. Means they can increase psoriasis because they have inflammatory properties. Okay, so the inflammation in psoriasis gets worsened if a person eats red meat. So that has to be avoided. Caffeine in any form, whether in coffee or in any caffeine drinks, should be avoided. Very fatty foods, they don't agree with psoriasis. Refined sugars, okay, like any of these colas, drinks, carbonated drinks, okay, refined sugar should be avoided. Alcohol is a enemy of psoriasis. Please remember, alcohol is an enemy of psoriasis. It has to be avoided. Then what to include? I told what to avoid, but then what to include? So you should include all fresh green leaf vegetables, okay, and certain things which have anti-inflammatory property, like flax seeds, flaxseed or linseed. Okay, it is very good. Okay, because this thing it contains omega 3 fatty acid, which is also present in cod liver oil. Okay, cod liver, cod is a type of fish. Okay, so even that cod liver oil tablets or capsules, also this omega 3 fatty acid is good, which is anti-inflammatory agent, so that can be taken. Phototherapy. See, many of the psoriatic patients should expose themselves to the mild sun, especially in the morning hours or in the evening after 4 o'clock, because sun has lot of healing properties. See, nowadays many of our problems are coming up because we don't expose to sun. We don't go out. No, we are at home. From home we are shifted to our office where AC is there. Okay, all between four walls. So we are not exposed to sun. That's the reason we are getting a lot of problems, including psoriasis, vitamin D deficiency, bone problems, so many to name. So exposure to sun is also important. Okay, so these are the basic measures a psoriatic patient should take. Okay, and there are so many other things which your physician or which your doctor can suggest. Psoriasis and depression. You may not know, there are many people who are depressed because of psoriasis. Because psoriasis, it becomes like a social stigma. No, still in our Indian country, that thing is there. So management of their emotional status is also very, very important. Okay, counseling has a very good impact. Okay, and it can help psoriatic. Psoriasis and conventional treatment. See, most of the patients, they come to us, homeopaths, as a last resort. First they go to skin specialist, dermatologist, and many hospitals they go. Then they go to some other therapies. Finally they come to us, because in conventional system of medicine, psoriasis for psoriasis there is no cure. Okay, it is just lifelong management. But in homeopathy, if a right medicine is given, right treatment is done, psoriasis is curable. I have seen many cases and I have proofs. So homeopathy, it doesn't address only the disease. See, we don't give medicine in the name of the disease. So psoriasis, this medicine, no. So we try to understand why this particular person got psoriasis, whether it is genetic background or whether there are any stressful events, stress factors. So what is there? What made him to develop psoriasis? Okay, so we go to the root of the problem and we try to understand that person in many aspects. That's why homeopathy is called as a holistic system of medicine. In that way, we try to analyze a psoriatic patient and his details, and we select remedy based on that, not just on the name of the disease. That's the reason homeopathy, there are chances of curing psoriasis. I would like to give two examples of my cases to show you how in homeopathy we approach a case of psoriasis. For that matter, any case, any patient of any disease. See, a software engineer came to me few years back with psoriasis. So when we started all the enquiry, he told that this problem started after his mother's death. See, we usually ask the patient one question: why? Why this problem started and what made this problem to start? So we ask him to relate any kind of event in his life which has triggered this. So that patient told after his mother's death, this psoriasis started appearing on his body. And when we inquire further details, his mental temperaments, traits, we understand. So we came to know he was an introverted person, Okay, he doesn't share his feelings to anyone, he keeps to himself, and he is worse in summer. So he generally doesn't like summer, and he prefers salty food. Like he if salt is less in his food, he cannot eat at all. Okay, so considering these things and some more things, I gave a remedy called as Natrum muriaticum. Okay, which helped the patient to come out of psoriasis completely. So the treatment went on for almost 3 years, and now it is, I think, almost 4 years. The treatment ended. Till now, to the date, he don't have psoriasis. Okay, so this is how we usually treat psoriasis, and we approach any case of psoriasis in homeopathy. That's why in homeopathy, psoriasis cure is possible. So with this example, I conclude my video. Thank you.